Now, as I'm doing this video, Rivian pre-market, it's down 5.8%, right? And this comes after they announced their Q2 earnings, which was pretty mixed. I mean, revenue, they did well, better than what analysts expected. Earnings per share, it was lower than what analysts expected. But you know that on this channel, we don't talk about Rivian. The only reason why I'm starting with that, you will know that the market cap or the market valuation for Rivian surpasses the market valuation for Nio, right? And looking at these Q2 earnings, you and me can agree that, look, Nio deserves to be valued way more than Rivian, but maybe it's because Nio is a Chinese EV maker and not a US company. Because in terms of revenue generation, Rivian in total revenues that they generated in Q2 were around 1.3 billion with earnings per share of negative 80 cents, right? And analysts were expecting negative 64 cents. Now, I know Nio has not announced their Q2 earnings, right? But they've already given a guidance of what they expect in terms of total revenues that they want to see. I mean, Q2 revenues for Nio, which they are expecting, as soon as you notice that it's between 2.68 to 2.76 billion dollars. So the total revenues that Nio expects in Q2, it's more than 2 times of that which Rivian produced yesterday. And in terms of the earnings per share, we don't know, but we know that it's going to be an improvement. Q1 earnings per share came at negative 41 cents, right? And I can tell you Q2, chances are very high that earnings per share might come at around 20 cents, negative 20 cents. This shows you of how close Nio is from getting to profitability as compared to Rivian. Rivian earnings per share for Q2, negative 80 cents. I mean, even when you look into the EPS or earnings per share for Q1, 41 cents, it's still almost double or twice the earnings per share that Rivian reported right now in Q2. And this is why I've been telling you that, look, Nio deserves to be valued more. If Rivian is valued at $14 billion or has a market cap of $14 billion, just looking at this, probably Nio should be valued at $28 billion, twice as much the market cap of Rivian, because revenue-wise they are generating more than 2 times the revenues that Rivian is generating. Earnings per share in terms of money that they are losing, it's way lower than that of Rivian. And this, my dear friends, just makes me to really don't understand why the market values Rivian more than Nio. But anyways, at least we see a clear picture. I mean, I also read another article, was it yesterday, talking about Lucid. Lucid, you know that yes, they are valued at least slightly below the market cap of Nio, but they are not very far off from Nio. And Lucid, as it stands, I think per car they are losing like what, $82,000 per car, which shows you that they are very far off also from getting to profitability. And remember now, something very critical is that Trump EV tax cuts are going to lapse sometime in September. And when that takes place, it's even going to make it difficult for these companies to do very, very well, because the tax credits that they were getting were the ones that were pushing people to go buy EV cars in the US. And knowing that they are going to expire in September, and we don't know what will happen, but I think the new bill makes it clear that they want everyone to benefit, not just EV cars. Everyone should be treated the same. This is going to hurt Rivian, this is going to hurt Lucid and Tesla, because look, part of the reason why Tesla has been doing pretty well in the US was of course of these tax credits, same as what is happening in China. Part of the reason why our very own Nio has been doing well in terms of sales together with other EV cars or new energy vehicle cars is because of the subsidies that China is giving, or it's subsidizing to those that buy new energy vehicle cars. It's because of that. I mean, when you buy EV car in China, there's already a 20,000 RMB tax subsidy that you get, right? Whereas if you're buying a gas car or engine combustion car, you get roughly around 15,000 RMB cut off from your car. which is something that is good, right? So yeah, this is not good for Rivian. It's not good for Lucid and Tesla, right? But the good thing is that Tesla is also selling cars in China, and China, it is that destination which Tesla is getting most of their sales from. So, but the sales in China have been declining due to competition. I mean, we can talk about this the whole day, but look, Nio should be valued more. That is the purpose of this video. This is why I'm telling you about this Rivian earnings. But the good thing is that sooner or later the market will realize that they've been unfair onto EV makers like Nio. Nio specifically because look, even a EV maker like XPeng, in terms of revenue generation, XPeng does not generate that much because they are car brands. XPeng expects to generate revenues of between 17 to 18 billion RMB, whereas Nio, on the other hand, it's expecting to generate revenues of 19 to 20 billion RMB. Take cognizance of the fact that XPeng Q2 deliveries were over 90,000, whereas Nio's Q2 deliveries were over 72,000. So yes, XPeng sold more than Nio, but in terms of revenue generation, even though there is a difference of plus minus 20,000 cars between the two companies, Nio still generates more than XPeng because Nio's cars, generally they are expensive more than Nio, and therefore it is expected that in terms of revenue generation, Nio will always, or in most cases, it will generate more revenues than XPeng. And therefore, in terms of valuation, I know that earnings per share for XPeng, or the net losses for XPeng, are a bit lower to that of Nio. But look, apples to apples, revenues, Nio has the upper hand. Earnings per share, yes, maybe XPeng has an upper hand on this one. But in terms of getting to profitability, I think Nio might even get to profitability ahead of XPeng. But again, let's wait. Let's see what transpires, right? I mean, we can safely say that, look, especially now with the Onvo brand kicking in, we should be able to match, if not beat, the total number of sales that XPeng is able to generate. And this, my friends, gives me the confidence to say that, look, in the near future, in fact, in the near term, couple of quarters, even starting from maybe quarter 3 going to quarter 4, let's just say quarter 4, I expect Nio to sell combined more than XPeng because, look, there is a lot that is coming. L8 is coming, ES8 is coming, and that adding to the total demand that we are seeing, or inflows of orders that we are seeing from Onvo, I think we can expect Nio to either match or be around where XPeng is getting, or beat them and deliver more than XPeng, which is something that is great and something that makes me to be confident to say that, look, blue sky is indeed coming. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd quickly come and give you this quick updates in terms of why Nio needs to be valued more, right? But again, let's wait, let's see what transpires. I mean, these companies in EV, truth be told, they are doing well. Rivian, though they are not yet profitable, they are still not generating that much revenues compared to Nio, but they are doing well, man. And I said, one thing that I would like to see is obviously Rivian maybe trying to take their cars into China and see how they perform there. I think that is where you know that if you win in China, or if they can sell a lot of cars in China, then we know that their products are pretty good and they can stand competition. But unless we get to that, I don't know, man, because it has not been exposed. I mean, China is where the market of EVs is at. China controls 70% of the EV market globally, and therefore, if you are able to prove yourself in the field where that controls the market like that, I think we can all agree that your product is pretty solid, and chances are very high that it will do very well wherever it goes around the world. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It takes me some time to make videos like this. See you on the next one, and God bless you all.